today to pick out the right outfit, because Barbara Boxer, Nancy Pelosi, Axelrod, I mean, they've all been saying how you come to these protests for the health care reform and they're all those well-dressed Brooks Brothers crowd with the lime green and pink. So I looked through my closet, I found a Brooks Brothers pink shirt and a lime green hat. I hope that's good enough. I hope, you know. On the way in here, I saw some little old lady with a flag. I was terrified. I rolled the windows up, started calling 911. I didn't know what she was going to do. She was one of those protesters that are on the Department of Homeland Security watch list. Did you ever think you'd hear that out of your government? Did you ever think after the Nixon years that we would find out that the White House was telling people to turn in their neighbors over casual conversation? Those are not my words. That's from the White House watch list. That's from the White House website. Casual conversation, email, or fishy facts about health care. They want you to turn in those emails, make a phone call to the White House, and they say they're not compiling a list. What are they doing with those names? Did you know that after the Nixon years, under Jimmy Carter, there is now a law that says the White House must keep that list? And that list becomes public after a certain amount of years. What's the White House doing with those names? Do you think you're now on maybe a watch list, or maybe you're on the new expanded email database there and you're going to start getting, let me know if you start getting spam by the White House. They're doing something with those email addresses. You know, I never set out to be a radio talk show host. I only went on the show Survivor because they're giving $1 million as a prize, right? Who wasn't not going to do that? And then the radio talk show landed in my lap. I figured, why not? It was double my salary from the base. I'm a survivor of that too, by the way. I started there with Arlene Violet and Howie Barton. I'm the only one left. Probably because I come cheap, but I don't ever set out to do the Republican Party line or the conservative line. I just look at what is right and how I was raised, the rule of law, and the American way. If that happens to fall under conservative or Republican, that's fine. But I'll tell you what, a lot of the older citizens that tend to pull that Democratic lever, that master lever, if you sit down and take Democrat and Republican off a list of questions and say, how do you feel about this? How do you feel about that? You're going to find that they're going to answer most of them in the conservative right-wing column without knowing it. They've always been told that they're a Democrat, or that's the way to get things done in the state. That's who really cares about you. Didn't Patrick Kennedy come to the senior center and bring you donuts last time? Isn't he a good boy? God bless him. Right now his father's sick. Watch out for that. And explain to your neighbors that that is not truly representing you. Honestly, there's a lot to feel sorry for Patrick Kennedy about. I honestly think the man has serious problems. I really do. And I'm not trying to be funny. That's why, if you'll notice, a lot of times on the air, I stay a little bit away from Patrick Kennedy. I don't want to give him any more sympathy vote. But Patrick Kennedy right now is not able to serve that 1st Congressional District. That is my district. I have serious concerns about health care. I have serious concerns if this passes. This will not change in any of our lifetimes, and I'm including the little kids over there at the table. When's the last time you've seen something like Social Security or welfare get disbanded or changed? It doesn't. It just grows bigger and bigger and bigger. This is going to be the worst mistake ever. And right after health care comes immigration reform, and I know Terry Gorman will give you an earful on that one. Your job right now, believe me, I'm preaching to the choir here. I know every single one of you feels the same way I do. Your job now as the individual is to go out into your neighborhood, your church, your school area, your group of friends, your family. You can't beat them over the head with this. That used to be my tactic, you know. Come on, you gotta move your phone again, you idiot! That doesn't get you anywhere. You've got to very calmly and very subtly have just a few facts or a few talking points. They're there on a lot of the websites. They're there as often as I can put them on my websites. Educate yourself and just get a few talking points and make your friends and family and your coworkers understand in a careful way that we are heading down a destructive, dangerous path in this country, and they need to think selfishly, put it that way to them, about can they afford this, and can their children and grandchildren afford this in the future. You've got to win hearts and minds individually in your neighborhoods. That's what all of our groups are here today. That's what your goal is. Support these candidates that have stepped up. Have a time for them, a coffee, whatever you want to call it, and get other people on board. Walk door to door with them. John, I will walk door to door with I will walk door to door with any of you. I will walk door to door with Dan Riley. I will do it because we've got to turn this around, not just the state, but the country. All right, a lot more speakers after me, but I just wanted to make sure that you know you all have a job when you leave here. Don't let the momentum slide. We've got it going, but I heard it described to me the other day. We're pushing that boulder up the hill. We've got a long, hard way to go, but we're pushing, and we're getting there. Just got to get everybody involved. Thanks.